recap last season for me?
Last season was, interesting. We had a lot of guys filling in to new positions. So, throughout the course, they were just trying to get their feet wet, and it doesn't help when you open up with the gauntlet. But one thing going into year 4 that we kind of embrace is that, that gauntlet helps you identify where you are. It's kind of like a measuring stick. So now we have a lot of guys coming back, and we just feel confident, for August 21st.
Who are some of those guys that we should be keeping an eye out on?
There's a lot of guys out there from Duce Taylor, Ronald Collins, Jordan Turner, Lah-shon Miller. Offensively, I think we only lost 2 people. On defense, I think we lost maybe 4 or 5.
What excites you about that offense? We got Duce Taylor coming back for his senior year. He had could get it done on the field with his arm, on his legs. You got Ronald. What excites you about that offense?
I think the beauty of it is just like the versatility, the ability to run or pass. A lot of people think just because we have Duce, we're about to air raid everybody and throw for 700 a game, when really, we just want to, put kids in the best positions and let them make the plays.
Good deal. What about defensively?
Defensively, we just want to play fast. We will have some newer faces on their defense, but, it's all about just reading their keys. And hold on, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Hey, get with your coaches. Get with your coaches. O-line, stay.
My bad, man.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, yeah, what about the defensive side? What excites you about them?
Defensively, we just want to play fast, all about reading our keys, and we just want to create negative plays.
Specifically on Lah-shon, he had over 80 tackles last season. 50 of them were solo tackles. What do you like about him returning this year?
Just, number one, that veteran leadership that he brings, and number 2, he's a physical player. And I think another thing that kind of helps is that we have him in the box to kind of lead those guys, and then we have Ariana Carter on the back end to kind of help with the secondary.
Now, speaking of veterans and seniors on this team, Duce Taylor, what are you expecting out of him this season?
The biggest thing, we always say the quarterback is an extension of the coaching staff. So really we're just looking for him to, show leadership, which he has been doing. One thing I kind of definitely give these kids credit for is that we're kind of transferring more into player-led program rather than coaches barking at kids.
What do you have planned for Ronald this season?
Really just letting his athleticism take over. I think last year we might have handicapped him a little bit with the deep routes, but really we just want to see him get in space.
Good deal. Now, what is it going to take for Northside to improve from last year?
It's simple. It's all about just doing your job and, just trusting the process. These kids, they have been a part of that. A lot of these kids were here. My first year as freshmen, they had to take the field as, freshmen. And one thing I definitely learned is 14 is 14, where now these guys are 17, 18, and they're hungry for Friday nights.
Good deal. Good deal. Anything else you want to add, Coach?
Nah, you need Ronald, anybody?
Ronald and Duce, please.
Ronald.
All right, we're
Ronald Collins, RONALD, COLLINS.
All right, so starting off with last year, can you give me a little recap of how last season went?
I thought last year we played well, but we didn't exactly reach the expectations we had. We wanted to have a 500 season. We finished one game below that. So last year it was an all right season, but we could have did better.
You guys.
My bad. The sun is in there. That's my fault. Right there. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. All right.
Good deal. So, coming back from last season, you guys have really grown together since you were freshmen. What did you take from last season that can still carry over into this season?
I think we took some confidence, some experience. Guys that, we came in here as freshmen. We felt more comfortable last year, and we gained some very solid experience that we can use this year.
What about you specifically? What can you take from last season into this season?
Well, last year I had switched positions to a wide receiver. So last year I used that as a building block for myself to get better. And then this year I hope that I can be the best receiver I can be.
We talked to Coach about you, and he was saying that, they just want to let your athleticism fly this year. And they said that even last year they think they may have handicapped you a little bit. What do you think about that?
I think, I feel like I can do whatever on the field. So this year I'm playing a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense. I'm going to do everything, whereas last year I just played offense. They're going to put me on defense this year. I think that I can have a solid impact on both sides of the ball.
So in all reality, you think you can carry more for this team?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good deal, good deal. So then, offensively, where can this team improve from last season?
We could just keep getting consistent, keep running our plays well. If we all execute 100%, our offense is going to be very deadly this year.
On the defensive side, are they going to have you play like some cornerback, safety? Where are they having you?
I'm going to be playing like a safety/linebacker hybrid type thing.
Okay. Now, how do you feel like you can blossom over there on the defensive side?
I think if I just use my brain and just use that to help me learn and do better, learning stuff on defense, I think that's what's going to help me. And then, just using my brain.
You've got another year of kind of getting used to throwing with Duce Taylor under your belt. I mean, you're one of his go-to guys on the wide receiver end. What can you say about your guys' relationship?
I think it's been good. You know, when Duce came in last year, we was competing. We was both playing quarterback. Whereas this year we had time to, work together. He's throwing to me, I'm catching from him. And so it's a great connection. You're gonna see that this year.
What excites you about this team this season?
Excites me, leadership, senior leadership. We got a lot of seniors this year, a lot of guys that can make plays in the senior class, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
What's going to be the key to having a better season this year than last season?
Just execute, playing to the best of our abilities. Last year, sometimes we didn't execute well. We didn't play to the best of our abilities. That's all we got to do, and we'll be successful.
Any thoughts on Coach Brevard?
I love him. He's a great guy, great man. Appreciate him.
Good deal. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's all.
All right, right on, bro.
Right,
thank you so much. Yeah. Appreciate you.
So am I looking at the camera or look at you? All right.
How was the rest of the camps?
Oh, I didn't go to the Indiana Preps camp, but I went to Rising Fire in Chicago, and that went real well. It was a lot of good competition. Some of the top quarterbacks out of Chicago, South Dakota, Texas, they were all there, so it was some good competition.
Good deal, good deal. So first, real quick, I'll have you start by saying and spelling your first and last.
Okay, Duce Taylor, Ducetaylor.
All right, Duce. So first off, can you recap for me last season?
So last season, we didn't ended up not above 500. That was our goal. But we started building chemistry as a team. We had more success than usual, and so we're just trying to build on that this year.
You know, summer camp last year kind of probably looked a lot different than it did this season. One of the big things was that you were competing for a QB spot last season, whereas you kind of already are settled in that spot this role. How is that different from last season to this season?
So last season, Ronald's a great quarterback, and I got upright, respect for him for, stepping down and playing receiver and letting me get the QB job. So I got total respect for him for that. But this year, I'm looking forward to, making big things happen here for me and for the team. We as a team, we want to go to state and we want to win SAC. So I feel like from last year to this year, our mindset has changed from losing to winning. And so I feel like as a team, we have a big vision.
Where do you see yourself personally improving from last season to this year?
This year, I feel like just me building chemistry with the team is going to be totally different. Last year, I came in fourth game, and I didn't have a lot of chemistry with the team, but this year, I'm going to have chemistry. So for me, it'll be more so being a better leader for the team and just trying to make things happen.
Speaking of that senior leadership, what does that leadership mean to you?
It means a lot. When I was a young guy, before I transferred here, the leaders at Snyder High School, they were good guys like Christian Covington, LJ, those guys, I looked up to them a lot. So for me, I just want to make sure the young guys know that if they got the same goal as me, they can reach it.
What is it going to take for you to pull everything that you've learned the last 3 seasons and really execute it for a senior year?
I feel like it's going to take a lot of willpower for me.
First, start out by saying and spelling your first and last name for me.
Okay. Lah-shon Miller, Lah-shon Miller.
All right, Lah-shon. So first and foremost, just kind of recapping last season. You guys finished 4-6 overall. I mean, just recap last season for me.
It was a better improvement from the season previous season from that. So, I mean, we're coming stronger, better this year. So, I mean,
what needs to change? Maybe specifically, since you saw a lot of defense last year, specifically on the defensive side, what needs to change for this year?
Everyone to the ball. We need 11 bodies there. No breaks, no slacking. Just 100% every play.
Still a pretty big year for you. I think I saw in Max Preps that it was like 86 total tackles for you, like 50-something solo tackles. What was clicking for you last season?
I mean, I'm just dedicated, man. I dedicated myself to this field, man. I gained 80 pounds for it. It's just a grind. So.
When did you gain the 80 pounds?
Off season.
This past off season?
It's like sophomore year I was 155. Went into that season 195. So. And now I'm 215, so I'm steady grinding.
Good deal. Good deal. So, I mean, what's going to be the biggest improvement for you from last season heading into this season?
Much like I'm mentally prepared, I would say. Last year was a good year. I want to make this 10 times better,
Absolutely. I mean, what would it mean to you to be able to play this year with so much uncertainty up in the air?
A lot. It's my senior year, so, come to ball,
Forming that senior leadership type role, what is that going to mean to you this year with a bunch of young guys on this team?
A lot. I want to be a role model, I want to set these kids on a good path, get them in the weight room. If they need help on the field, I got it,
Who's some other guys that we should be watching out for this year on the north side?
Hassan Lambert. He's finally free this year. He could play, our running back. We got Arion, Jacob, good wide receiver too. We got JT, Ronald, Brian, all them. So
How does that quarterback position look in your eyes?
amazing. I love it. For Duce, yes.
What do you like about Duce?
He's got, he's skilled. Very skilled. He's one of the best. Me personally, he's one of the best quarterbacks in this SAC.
Good deal. Anything else you want to add, Lah-shon?
Northside's coming this year.
Northside's coming this year. What is it, real quick? What is it going to take for you guys to have a better season, maybe than you did last year this season?
Everyone being a part of this team, we need, sideline hyped. We need everyone game mode, just all in all focused.